The tropics are performing ahead of schedule with 8 storms already forming. Meteorologist Corey Smith is in studio to talk with us about how these tropical storms can impact you and what you need to do to be prepared. And Corey, I'm looking at what's going on behind you, and it seems like a whole lot of activity already.
That's right, Andrea. Friday, there was nothing out in the Atlantic Ocean. Today, Monday afternoon, there are 4 systems that we're tracking. Now, the good news is we're not expecting any of these to impact the Carolinas, but this brings up the perfect time to talk about tropical systems and how they impact our state.
It's not just a coastal event in South Carolina. It is a small state.
South Carolina Emergency Management Director Kim Stenson says when it comes to hurricanes, impacts can reach all the way to the mountains.
Most of the surge is obviously going to be along the coast, and that's an issue there, certainly. But further inland, 2 big threats. One is the wind, and again, you can see wind all the way up to the North Carolina border. That's hurricane force wind, and then also the inland flooding. And that's really where we've had most of our problems here in the last several years with hurricanes.
Hurricane Florence is a great example of this, with inland flooding crippling the Pee Dee region in 2018. According to Kim, the coastal portions of the state are mainly concerned with extreme winds and storm surge, but deadly river and stream flooding, along with strong winds, can be a concern all the way to the upstate. Even with this being the case, FEMA maps out risk associated with storms. The general trend is that more damage and loss of life is possible the closer you get to the coast. Here in the Midlands, low-lying areas, large cities, and communities closer to the coast typically have a higher risk associated with tropical weather. Regardless of where you live, it is recommended that you prepare, and Stenson says you should make sure to have your plan in place ahead of any potential storms. So let's talk about a pretty crazy fact. Right at August 20th, well, after that period in the hurricane season is when 85% of our major hurricanes, category 3 and stronger, form. So we're now in that period, but thankfully it looks like things a little bit weaker than that. Let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Efren Infante with the latest.